Because Adam was not an Israelite. I just want to throw that out there. Let me finish. He said, come to me, all my saints who have my image and my likeness. You who by the tree and the devil and death have been condemned. See now how by the tree the devil and death have been condemned. And immediately all the saints were gathered together under the hand of the master. Then the master, holding the right hand of Adam, said to him, peace be to you with all your sons, my righteous ones. Let's go to, let me continue to read. But Adam, falling at the knees of the master, with tearful entreaty, prayed in a loud voice and said, I will exalt you, O master, because you have taken me up and not made my foes to triumph me. O Yahuwah Elohim, I cried to you, and you, master, have healed, and you, Yahuwah, have healed me. You have brought my soul out of Hades, out of Sheol, and have saved me from those who go down into the pit. Sing to Yahuwah, all his saints, and give thanks to the remembrance of his holiness, for there is wrath in his indignation, and life in his good pleasure. You have come, O Redeemer of the world. Whether you foretold by the law and your prophets, you have indeed fulfilled. You have redeemed the living by your tree, and by the death of the tree have descended to us, that ye might deliver us from the underworld and death by your majesty. Did you not hear what Adam said, brothers and sisters? He said, by the tree, by your death, by death of the tree, you have come down to us in the underworld, that you might deliver us from the underworld, or Sheol, or he's come to the middle of the earth, as he said he would be. Let's go into Psalm 98. Psalm 98. Let me read some more first. Read some more. And Yahuwah stretched, and the master stretching forth his hand, made the sign of the tree on Adam and all his saints, and holding the right hand of Adam, ascended from the underworld, and all the saints followed him. Let me go to Psalm 98 right quick. Psalm 98. Psalm 98, verses 1 and 2. Psalm 98, verses 1 and 2. O sing unto Yahuwah a new song, for he hath done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have gotten him the victory. Yahuwah has made known his salvation. His righteousness has he openly shown in the sight of the nations. He has remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel, and all the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our Elohim. And so this is what was being said right here, sisters and brothers, out of the mouth of Adam, sisters and brothers, as we just finished reading out of Nicodemus. All this we were reading here. It's all here. This is why you have to get the gospel of Nicodemus. This is why you have to get this into your collection, so you can get some revelations that you're missing when you read the canon. And this would prohibit you from adding to the book. Well, you shouldn't add anyway. You shouldn't add anyway. That's what the book says. You shouldn't add or take from the word anyway. But see, I know the reason why that place I went to add stuff in there, because they teach a false doctrine where death and afterlife is concerned. So they had to say these people came out the grave and died again because it coincides with the doctrine. But that doctrine is contrary to what the prophets understood, the apostles understood. See, all of the ancient Israelites, they understood death and the afterlife. It's only nowadays, brothers and sisters, that you get a false doctrine where death and afterlife is concerned. But they all understood this. This was not nothing that was not understood during the time of ancient Israel. Prophets and the apostles. 8 and 24. Then Holy David cried aloud and said, Sing to Yahuwah a new song, for he has done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have brought salvation. Yahuwah has made known his salvation and revealed his righteousness in the sight of the nations. I read that. That's what I just read out of Psalm 98, verses 1 through 2. I got a little ahead of myself. But that's what I just read out of Psalm 98, verses 1 through 2. Sing unto Yahuwah a new song, for he has done marvelous things. His right hand, his holy arm, has gotten him victory. Yahuwah has made known his salvation. His righteousness he hath openly showed in the sight of the nations. He hath remembered his mercy and his truth. Remember his mercy and truth. Excuse me. Verse 2 again. Yahuwah has made known his salvation. His righteousness has he openly showed in the sight of the nations. This is what was being said right here in Nicodemus. Out of the mouth of David again. Let's continue to read. And after this, the prophet Habakkuk cried, saying, You went forth for the salvation of your people to deliver your elect. When did this happen, brothers and sisters? Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 3. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 3. Habakkuk chapter 3. He went forth for the salvation of his people to deliver your elect. Habakkuk chapter 13, 3 and 13. You went forth for the salvation of your people, even for salvation with your anointed. Ye wounded the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the neck. Selah. When did he go forth for the salvation of his people, brothers and sisters? He went down to Sheol for the salvation of his people, brothers and sisters. This is what this is talking about. He delivered his people out of Egypt. His people died. He delivered his people from delivered us from Sheol. And he's still delivering, sisters and brothers. He went forth for the salvation of his people. But here he's talking about the salvation he went forth was going down into Sheol. Understand this, sisters and brothers. Him going forth for the salvation of the people, this is a long prophecy. Let's see what the prophet Micah says. Likewise, after this, the prophet Micah cried out, saying, Who is Elohim like you are, O Yahuwah? Take away iniquities, taking away iniquities, and passing over sins. And now you restrain your anger for a testimony, because you are desirous of mercy, and you turn away and have mercy on us, and forgave all our iniquities, and have made all our sins to sink in the multitude of death. And you did swear to our fathers in the days of old. Well, what this said, this is Micah saying, giving a prophecy of what he said when he was on the earth. Let's go to Micah and see it. Let's go to Micah and see it. Let's go to Micah chapter 7. Micah chapter 7. And we're going to read verses 18 through 20. Micah 7, 18 through 20. Who is an all like unto you, that pardons iniquity and passes by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retains not his anger forever, because he delights in mercy. He will turn again. He will have compassion upon us. He will subdue our iniquities. And you will cast all their sins in the depths of the sea. You will perform the truth to Jacob and the mercy to Abraham, which you have sworn unto our fathers from the days of old. So we see here, brothers and sisters, everything is coincide. Everything is spot on. Everything is one. Out of the mouth of the prophets and the apostles. The disciple Nicodemus. Everything is spot on. Revelations from the Gospel of Nicodemus. This is what the prophet Micah prophesied in Micah chapter 7. So now when you read this, you'll see what this is all talking about. Let's go to 25. Back to Nicodemus. Because we read, it said, then the master stretched forth his hand, made the sign of the tree unto Adam, and all the saints holding the right hand of Adam ascended up from the underworld, and all the saints followed him. He's coming out 3 days later, up from the underworld, up from Sheol, up from Hades, where he descended into, where he said he was going to be in the heart of the earth. Then the master, holding the right hand of Adam, delivered him to the archangel Michael, and all the saints followed the archangel Michael, and he brought them all into the glorious grace of paradise. And there met them 2 men, ancient of days, and they were asked by the saints, who are you who have not yet been dead in the underworld with us? Notice when they get to paradise, to heaven, where many of you told you can't go, where many of you been told that if you want to go to heaven, then you follow Satan, because Satan was kicked out and he want to go back. That ain't lining up with the book, brothers and sisters. It's not lining up with the book. Say, who are you that have not been dead in the underworld with us? Who are you who have not been dead in Sheol with us? Who are you who have not been dead and been held captive with us? And have been placed in paradise in the body. They was placed in paradise in the body. And one of them answered and said, I am Enoch, who was translated here by the word of Yahuwah. And he who was with me is Elijah the Tishbite, who was taken up in a chariot of fire. Let's go to Genesis, sisters and brothers, see when Enoch was taken up by the word of Yahuwah. Then we'll go and see where Elijah was taken up in a chariot by a chariot of fire. Go to Genesis chapter 5. Genesis chapter 5. Because many people read this and they just read right over. Enoch